How to heal body piercings. Part 3. Going to talk about abuse and things you should not use. Coming up next on Body Piercing Basics, episode number 51, so stick around. For those who are new to the channel, first off, thank you for watching. My name is DaVo. I'm a professional body piercer and have been since 1994. I own and operate the Axiom Body Piercing Studio located here in Des Moines, Iowa, inside Skin Kitchen Tattoo. So when I talk to you about these things, I'm talking to you at a level of expertise as someone who has helped thousands upon thousands of people heal out their piercing and also dealt with issues when they came up during piercing healing. So what are we talking about when we talk about abuse? And why is it important? Piercings are an open wound. They're a very fragile wound. They also have a large metal object in them. Combined with causing trauma to the piercing, slapping it, bumping it, etc., putting pressure on the piercing, causing the jewelry to shift or move, or putting pressure one way or another will increase the period of time it's going to take to heal. It's going to increase the possibility of having a piercing that becomes affected. And when we talk about affected, what we're talking about is things like prolonged healing, scarring, bumps, boils, keloids, etc. So here's some hints on how to avoid abuse to a piercing. The first one is, and anybody who watches this channel on a regular basis has heard me say this a million times, don't sleep on the piercing. It doesn't matter how much it doesn't hurt to lay on it. You don't realize the amount of pressure, movement, etc. you are causing while you're sleeping and causing that jewelry to shift, causing it to twist, causing it to kind of agitate the piercing when it's fragile and causes issues. If with certain piercings, you can work out a way to sleep on maybe that side, but figure out a way to elevate it off the bed. The most common thing with ear piercings is using those U-shaped travel pillows and just kind of circling the ear and then sleeping your ear in the center of it. With other piercings, you flat out just have to learn to sleep differently. For like most people, stomach sleeping is just out of the question. It's something you want to avoid during the healing process, especially if it gets on the torso. With facial piercings, nostrils, etc., you kind of want to stick to sleeping on one side or the other. Also, plan out ahead of time when you're getting a lot of piercings done at once. If you are getting a bunch of ear work done, finish one ear, then start on the second one. When you're doing facial piercings, let's say you got an eyebrow, a nostril, and a septum, try to either do them on the same side or heal out one side, then do the other side. Simple, right? And it's going to make sleeping a lot easier. Other things are avoiding contact with objects that may catch on the jewelry or cause trauma to the piercing. One of the most evil things on the planet, and enemy number at least 2 of healing piercings, is loofahs. Not only are they disgusting, bacteria-filled, fungi-filled things, they have a tendency that those little holes and strands will catch on jewelry, even jewelry that doesn't have any sharp edges or points. While you're cleaning, you're not paying attention, you're watching, rip. I have had numerous people catch their jewelry from loofahs, so no loofahs. The other thing is just basically avoiding contact with the piercing. If you work in an industry where you're doing a lot of lifting or shifting or putting things against yourself, you may want to consider not getting the piercing. For example, nipple piercings. If you lift things and then set it on your stomach and use your stomach kind of as a shelf or balance things on your chest, that constant contact will cause issues. With other piercings, wearing clothing that's against the piercing. Navels are notorious for this. I don't know why it came back into fashion, but the mom jeans are cool again. Having that jewelry in your navel and having pants that are in constant contact with that jewelry will cause issues, because every time you get up, they shift a little bit down. Every time you sit down, they shift a little bit up. So it's a constant rubbing and agitation that'll lead to problems, prolong your healing period, cause scar tissue, or cause a piercing to get torn or reject. Common sense stuff, right? You always want to wear pants with navel piercings that are below the level or avoid contact with the piercing area for one reason or another. Also, you want to be conscious of covering the piercing with anything that blocks the flow of oxygen to the piercing. Oxygen is important in your body's production of skin cells, so if you're constantly covering something, it can prolong your healing period. The other thing is with ear piercings. Be conscious of sunglasses, glasses, hats, scarves, with lip piercings, if you wrap them around the front of your face, masks, etc. Anything you wear that's going to come in contact with the piercing, not only does it need to be cleaned regularly, but it should have a smooth surface and not be tight to the body. If you notice any discomfort when you put something on, you shouldn't be wearing it. Listen to your body. There's a reason why it's giving you that signal. It's saying, ow, that hurts. Don't do that, or you're going to have issues. Now let's move on to aftercare products and etc. that you should not use on a healing piercing. First off, very strong or abrasive liquids or solutions such as Bactine, hydrogen peroxide, rubbing alcohol, witch hazel, Listerine. Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever have to mention that again. But somebody asked recently. Also, Hibiclins, betadine, anything that's extremely harsh is going to cause issues. It's not only going to dry out the piercing, but in some cases it can damage new skin growth and lead to discolorization and scarring. So don't use those things. Another thing you never want to use on a piercing that's healing is tea tree oil. I know a lot of people swear by it to get rid of bumps. The fact is you need to eliminate the cause of the bump, then possibly use a very, very small amount of tea tree oil to help kind of wear off that bump and get rid of it. It kind of burns it off and causes it to pill. The same thing with aspirin paste. You don't really, these things are home remedies for problems that until you eliminate the cause of the problem will never go away and possibly can make it worse. This is why it's very important that you go see your piercer, figure out exactly what the cause of the problem is, eliminate the problem, then look into whether or not it subsides or not, whether or not you need to do something as drastic as smear tea tree oil over it or burning acidic aspirin paste. Don't just jump to the medicine cabinet and start putting everything on there. Another thing you would avoid is ointments like bacitracin zinc, Neosporin are probably the two most common. If you read the packaging, it specifically states not for deep wounds or puncture wounds. And the reason for this is it's petroleum-based, so it can block the flow of oxygen. It can also block your body's ability to discharge the infection or push the infection out. And it creates a nice petroleum film for dirt, debris, and everything else to collect in. So never use ointments. If you have an infection, it's important to seek professional advice, either from a reputable, well-experienced piercer or your medical professional, your doctor. Another thing is a lot of products that are on the market that are marketed as piercing aftercare products. A lot of these contain benzoyl chloride and very harsh chemicals. Some of them contain food additives or food preservatives. These may not be a problem, the food preservatives, as much so as the benzoyl chloride, etc. But if you have allergies or sensitivities to foods, you need to stay away from those. So I don't suggest ear care solution and etc. Really, all you need to do is use the saline sprays twice daily, and that should be more than enough. If you feel like you've contaminated the area, using an antiseptic of some type is a good idea as a precaution. And usually with that, I suggest either a mild antimicrobial or germicidal soap or an antibacterial soap or just plain old-fashioned soap and water. And this shouldn't be repeated over and over again. It should be a one-time thing. Either that or you need to get better at not contaminating the piercing area. So that's all I have to say on this subject today. I hope you learned something. I hope maybe it cleared up a few things. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If there's anything that I missed that I should have probably brought up, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll add it to the list of things that people shouldn't do, right? If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, especially if you found it informative. If you would like to see more of these videos on piercing and tattooing with a focus on education, hit the subscription and then ring that notification bell so you're notified every time we post one. And we usually post about 4 to 5 videos a week. Also, check out our merch store, especially if you want to buy some designs that, say, hey, I'm modified. I'm into body art. I'm cool. I'm hip. And I'm fashionable. We have everything there from decals, stickers, etc., mugs, and also hoodies and t-shirts. And it is hoodie season, or at least it will be coming. Till next time, here's hoping all your piercings heal with ease and without a single issue. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, I hope to see you for your body piercing needs in the future. Thanks for watching the first video of 2020. I'd like to thank everybody that has supported this channel, watched videos, etc. over the last year. We've grown immensely, and I'm very excited at the future of where we can go with this. And for those that have joined the community and helped to share information, keep it up, guys. Great stuff coming through. Till next week, or till next time, everybody have a good day, and go out there and do something exciting. Enjoy yourself. Because if you don't enjoy yourself, you got no one to blame but yourself.